how many websites do you have? If you have more than one website, then you must be knowing the need of a website, or your first website sucks. So whatever happens, you know it's painful to provide the information to your web developer for developing the websites. So what are the essential information you just need to provide to your web developer? So first of all, you need to provide your company name, the legal form of the name. You just need to also provide the domain name, or if you don't have the domain, you are planning to have the domain, so you have to make to your web developer it clear which is the domain name, or which should be your domain name. So you have to do some R&D, or you can leave the R&D to the web developer. So you also can leave it to the web developer to do the R&D for you. So the research is first. Then you need to have your contact details clear. Maybe you're thinking to attend the calls of the clients with your manager's phone number. So you have to be clear about that. So what you can do, maybe you're contacting with your web developer via your personal number and you don't want to use it on your website. So you have to make your instructions clear to the web developer and telling them to use another number. If you want to use some placeholders, don't use your personal number if you don't want to get bothered with the overwhelming calls or something. So another thing which you should be clear about, you don't never ever use Gmail accounts for your website communication or your business communication. Always use the webmail which you are getting with the cPanel, or use some third-party tools like Google G Suite for your business emails, to use the emails something like info@yourdomain.com, or you can use the free tool like Zoho. Nowadays Zoho offers 5 free emails with your corporate email address, so there is no problem with that. So definitely you can use your webmail if you want to, but my recommendation is using something like Google or Zoho service. Afterwards, you need to keep in mind about the backup information, and nowadays for most of the WordPress websites, they use the Updraft backup plugin. So you have to provide one of your Gmail address that will be having a Google Drive, and the web developer can configure the plugin to daily backup your website to your Google Drive. Also, the web hosting will be keeping the backups daily basis, but if you use your Gmail address with the plugin, you will be getting extra layer of security. You will be getting the updates into your Google Drive. That is so cool to have. And lastly, you need to provide the service list, something like the activities you have. Maybe you are a plumbing, or maybe you're a general maintenance company, building maintenance company. So what you have to provide? You have to provide the list, something like plumbing, electrical, flooring, wall panels. This sort of list you'd be especially clear, and for each and every activities you must provide at least 3 images for the web developer to choose from, because in most of the cases the web developer will be using one image for the homepage service card and another image for the inner page. Most of the cases those will be 2 or 3 images for the inner page. So whenever developing a service based website, the web developer will be looking for developing single service pages. So those pages will have multiple images. So be clear about that, give some instructions, and if you don't have actually that much images, then you can tell your web developer to use some royalty-free images, copyright-free images, but I don't recommend that. So these are things you need to provide. Most of the cases, web developers provide content creation, content generation. So in my case, our team uses ChatGPT for content generation and for the contents for the pages. So nowadays it's not that much hard, so you don't need to provide anything else. So if I can recap the things, you need to provide the company formal name, you need to provide the domain address or preferred domain address you want to. You need to provide your contact details, including the email address, and the email address should be your business email address under the domain you are having for the website. And lastly, you need to provide the service list. That's all, because these things, after doing research with it, your web developer or the development team or the content team will be understanding what is required to do. You also can provide the example website, the website you are liking for the service, or maybe you have a crush on some website, you just can definitely send that link to your web developer to follow, or just to have some inspirations for the development. And that is all actually. You don't need to provide anything else. Most of the cases, people like you would think like you need to provide the contents, you need to provide the all the writings, you need to plan everything. Actually not. Most of the web development teams are having the experts needed for requirement or those research and developments, so you don't need to worry about it. In most of the cases we develop websites, actually the cost varies for the requirement or the timing it would have. So if you want to discuss your project with us, you can just visit passivecoder.com. Don't worry about anything. You just can have a chat over Google Meet or Zoom. So we would be having a session like maybe 30 to 40 minutes max. So in most of the cases 50 minutes enough. So definitely hit on the website on passivecoder.com. So if you need to discuss about your website project, just go to our website and just book a schedule for your call. So no problem with that. I will be happy to assist you. And that's all for today. See you next time. Have a nice day.